So we just did probably a two week long deep dive on netting those out with the external facilitator. So a whole company had to put some thought into it. We netted out to three things. So first, unique differentiator for us is our visualization toolkit. And by that, we mean all of the software components where we display and visualize data for our clients. And primarily it's inventory data of their telecom assets. And of course, financial data about costs, contracts, savings generated. Uh, the best testament to how different, and obviously everyone has a dashboard and everyone has a portal. The response we get a lot from our customers is reactions like, I felt my blood pressure go down after seeing my inventory laid out the way that you do, because we really do make it much more straightforward, intuitive, and understandable to non-telecom specialists. So visualization toolkit is a unique value proposition. Second one is integrated support model. And that one really boils down to the type and the profile of client services managers that we staff our accounts with. We say that to do telecom management effectively, you need to understand both bits and bytes, meaning engineering, and you need to understand dollars and cents, which is invoicing and contracts. And that combination of skill sets is very difficult and rare to find in one person. We have several full-time recruiters doing nothing but searching the universe for client services managers that have that necessary skill set. So that creates a unique value for our customers. And the last thing is that we are uniquely built for mid-markets. And there's about 24,000 companies in the US that have more than 15 locations. And that's the threshold at which telecom gets too difficult to manage just as a complete side job. And then on the upper tier, there's a bracket of companies that are large enough to have a telecom expense management team. In between, there's 24,000 customers that are mid-size IT organizations that have very skilled IT people, but no telecom management specialty. And our entire suite of products is built for that audience, because that audience wants not just the car, we call it, which is what traditional big TEMs offer. They offer software that the enterprise can then use internally as the car that they drive. They want a driver who can drive the car for them. And those uniquely skilled client services managers that I just described is that driver, and our visualization tools is the car, and mid-size enterprise wants both, and that's who we focus on. I would probably bucket it into three business value buckets. And to no surprise, there is the money bucket, there is a time bucket, and there's performance bucket. So the answer to your questions would be different for each. So starting with the money, we have a very uniquely measured and tracked savings guarantee. And although it sounds like a lot of our competitors have a savings guarantee, ours only measures hard dollar savings. It only measures savings that we not only find but implement and validate on invoices. And our customers have complete latitude to approve or not approve them as counting towards savings guarantee. And then we have, if we miss the savings guarantee, we actually cut a refund check for the delta between the money saved and what we charge the customer. And I have cut, we don't cut too many guarantee checks, but we do cut some. I actually just recently had to cut our largest one where the provider was delayed on giving the credits that they owed the customer. So we missed the savings guarantee. I had to personally write the $40,000 check that the customer got, and they were so shocked that we didn't try to back out of it or come up with excuses around it. That customer now renewed for twice the term and is continuing to be a happy customer go forward, because we really put our money where our mouth is on the financial measurements and deliverable. I think the next bucket is the time that we save customers. I think where we're very unique there is we're very vertically specialized. 90% of our customers are either financial services, manufacturing, or healthcare. And because we are so specialized, we also know those verticals like the back of our hands. I recently was at a conference where I made a bet with a business that I've never met before. I bet that I could guess how much they spend on telecom, and I guessed within a couple thousands on a $200,000 monthly spend.
Mhm.
That really impressed them, and we do the same thing with time estimates. When we talk to our customers, we can be just as pinpointed saying that at banks, ATMs take that much to manage, their branches take that much to manage, their headquarters and data centers take that much time. And when we show so we meticulously measure the value of the time that we save customers, and we report on that in all the QBRs. And then the last thing is the performance. That one is easy because we measure, like, our performance bucket gets measured by how we retain and grow our customers. We actually last year had 115% net revenue retention rate, which is way off the charts for this industry.
Mhm.
We have on G2 reviews, for example, if you go there, we have one of the highest ratings. Our NPS scores are at 91. So all of those scores that customers give us on how we perform, we do really well on, and we are very meticulous about tracking and reporting. I'm smiling because we just had a very recent example of this, something we're very excited about. So historically, we're a product-centric organization, so we have all the standard things. Our teams, our product team meets once a week for a product management council. We pick features that we promote. We get customer input. So all of that we do as part of our DNA. Something that we added to this process in 24 in the second half that we're super proud of is called our Innovations Council. And that's a process by which line people that are not directly working for product have an opportunity to come up with an idea. They then run it through a series. We have a leadership facilitator for this program. So they meet with the leadership facilitator 4 times to analyze how what the product or feature could look like, how much it would cost to develop, how much it would result in business value and in our revenues. So they take it through this several month process that culminates in several presentations to the executive leadership team to then define big projects for our product roadmap. Last year, we introduced the program. We had 2 teams, cross-functional teams, that volunteered and brought ideas forward. One idea revolved around how we handle repairs for clients, and another
Mhm.
one revolved around how we modularize and package our product. And happy to say that actually both of those did end up on the product roadmap this year. And now the same teams that got it to this point will be very involved with developing them and building them and getting them to market. So we call it Innovations Council. We have a logo and a badge that people get for participating, and it's proved to be a really, really cool program that augments traditional product organization and gets line more involved in decisions and what the customer wants. Sample feature, I think you asked Tim for an example of how that benefited the customer. A really cool product or a really cool feature that was born out of this process is ability. So we have a customer, it's a large bank, and this large bank was using what they called a workbook to manage to store their engineering inventory.
Mhm.
And in that inventory, they kept really specific things, like they wanted to see the underlying, like very specific designations, like IP addresses for their equipment, notes about a site. So we built a module in our software that now allows our clients to put their specific information into the dashboard that they specified, not just that we house and deliver. And I think it always boils down to a combination of people and tools and processes. So let me hit them each separately. So first of all, process-wise, we are pretty fanatical about QBRs with our existing customers. And so we have it as a key metric, and this is where people come in. Not only is the lead for the account is present, but on every QBR, we have somebody from the client services leadership present. We actually measured this for the most recent board meeting. Our client service leadership team set in on 1,544 QBRs last year.
Wow.
So it in critical client meetings, both QBRs and meetings in between. So that so process drives the interaction. Right people on the calls drive the right level of engagement so that all of this gets cross-pollinated within client services leadership and then gets filtered up to product. And then tech, what comes to mind is we use tools like Gong, which records all of our prospect and customer meetings. And that we've implemented it about 1.5 years ago, and it has been amazing. It allowed me, for example, in the most recent kickoff, play several clips where customers explain in their own words either what they love or what they want to see in the marketplace. And so augmenting the right processes and people with the right technology allows you to be in tune with what the marketplace is doing and react to it. And then, of course, we do standard things like customer interviews, voice of the customer program on a marketing side, and client advisory board where we tap certain customers for feedback and input on a regular basis.